If I had to describe my experience with the law office of Will M. Helixon, it would be genuine, honest, and caring. There's no comparison. I honestly feel if I would have had an Army lawyer during this time and process, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. My name is Gerald Turner. I'm a Sergeant First Class in the U.S. Army. I currently serve in Vicenza, Italy. I have 19 years of service. I was facing administrative separation for assault on a master sergeant and a DUI, and Will was able to help get the assault charge thrown out. How would I describe how he and his team gathered evidence and prepared for my case? It was deliberate planning in order to basically gather the facts and actually pull out what actually took place and not just assume off of he say, she say stuff. Who was the warrior advocate that I worked with? Will Helixon was the warrior advocate that I worked with. How would I describe Will Helixon's work ethic and dedication to my case? I would say that he took more time out of the case than I did. He really cared about the case, and he wanted to make sure that all my rights were preserved and that I wasn't being taken advantage by the government. I would say that Will Helixon communicated with me daily on any issues or concerns that I had throughout the entire time. Anytime he had any questions or updates, he would call me, send me an email, text messages, and he would just clearly articulate what he needed from me. What impressed me the most about Will Helixon and the way he prepared for my case? That's simple. It was actually him reaching out to every single person that I gave him and individually interviewing each person. From there, he also went back across all the records that were provided from the government, and he pretty much dissected all the information to counter everything that they were saying. What stood out to me about his ability to cross-examine witnesses was that Will's questioning towards the witnesses were very deliberate, and it got them to speak more freely and more comfortable. And during that time, while he was speaking with them, they were exposing their own lies. Will had a methodical plan that was in place. He was able to articulate why the government didn't have a sufficient case, all of the gaps that the defendant had, and he explained to each board member why the allegations against me were not valid. For me personally, there was multiple times when it seemed like everybody was against me, from my first sergeant, my company commander, my battalion commander, even the CG. And each time that I felt overwhelmed or stressed out, I either called Will or text him, and no matter what he was doing, he made time to actually speak to me and explain to me about the process and what could happen and what couldn't happen. So I always told him that he always talked me off the ledge and helped bring my anxiety down about the entire situation. How important to me was it to avoid an other than honorable discharge? It was extremely important for me because, one, I've served honorably the entire time I've been in the military. And then two, it was important for me to be able to retain the benefits that I've earned throughout the time that I've served. The experience that I had was that Will is professional. Will knows what he's doing. Will had a plan in place. Will defended my case to the end, and I wouldn't choose anybody else.